So today we will be talking about the importing bank statement feature of our Yearbooks app. To access this feature, you can go to the sidebar and scroll down until you see the Bank tab. And within it, you will see three pages. The first page is Bank Accounts, where you can add, remove, or edit as many banks as you desire. Right, so I just click on this Add Bank, I fill out these details, and I can add a new bank. I can edit my previous added banks, or I can remove one of the banks that I don't associate with anymore. Now, I can also go here to import bank statements and import statements of specific banks as I desire. So here I'm just going to select a bank, and then we can browse through your files to upload a bank statement file. Now, as you see, all of these formats are accepted, and here we have a download sample file link where you can download a sample file to see how your statements should be or in which format your statement should be. Then we select a sheet type. So there's three sheet types we can select from. Most of the bank statements when you download them from your bank comes in double column sheet. And as my file is in double column sheet, I'm just gonna select that. Now I can move forward in two ways. Either I can use these buttons at the bottom to navigate to the next page or back, or I can use these top tabs to navigate front and back. But you must remember you cannot jump fully to the next tab. You have to go one by one. This is the second tab where you're supposed to map your headers. So mostly it will map it out for you. Some of the fields may be missing, depending on which you might have to scroll down and map, or some of them accidentally might pick a wrong field and you can correct them by selecting the different values here. Once you have mapped your field, you can go to the next part, which is previewing your statements. So here we will see two tables. Our first table is of the statements that are to be imported. Our second table is of any errors if found in your statements and at what line were they found. So here my statement file had three statements. I can choose to add all three of them. I can choose to add only one or only two. And remember that duplicate statements will be ignored. So if I save all three of them and then try to re-import this file, I would see 0 statements to be imported. Another thing is that here you can see the type of transaction it was, the amount, and the status. Status is the important part, as there are three types of status. There's linked, unlinked, and pending status. Unlinked status means that our Yearbooks account couldn't find any payment that you have added to this account linked to these statements. Linked would mean it found a statement that was linked to one of your invoice credit payment or expense debit payment. And then there's pending, which means it found a link but it's unsure, so you can verify it and move forward with it. So now when I preview this and I'm satisfied with what I'm importing, I can go on to next, and we will be redirected to the view bank statements page. Now here I can see all my imported bank statements. I can delete individual bank statements or select multiple bank statements and delete them all together if I want. And if I scroll to the right hand side, I will see the type, the amount, and then I will see a status button column. Here I can see that I have three statements which are linked, right? And I have multiple statements which are unlinked. So for my linked statements, when I tap on it, I can see the amount, the payment number, the date, the company it is linked to, the bank account, and the status. And I can go ahead and as it is a credit, it is linked to an invoice payment, I can go ahead and edit that payment by clicking on it, and it will take me to that exact payment which I can edit. Now, if I want, let's go, and this is a debit payment, right? So this is a debit linked payment, and this will show me the expense payment which this statement is linked to, and I can go ahead and edit that as well. Now, if I want to link a statement to a payment, I can go ahead and click on this unlinked button, and depending on if it's a credit or a debit, it will give me if I want to create an invoice payment for credit or an expense payment for debit. So to create our payment and link it, all you have to do is click on this button and it would take you to make an invoice payment, record a payment, and here most, if not half of the things would already be filled out. You can choose a company if you desire, and then you have to link it to an invoice. So I have this amount of payment. If I have an invoice that I can link it to, I will, or I can make this as advance payment as well, and I can save this payment. I can choose a payment mode. I'm just going to do online, and then I can save this payment, and we will be back to the view bank statements page, where now I can see that this statement is linked to a particular invoice payment, and I can see the payment number, the date, and everything here, right? If you want, you can go back to import statements, which will take you back to this page to import more statements. I can also click on this button, which will remap my status with all the payments to my statements, right? And I can apply filters up here. I can apply the date filter, the status if it's linked, unlinked, pending, and it would filter my data. I can do transaction type and I can do bank. So that is a general bank statement importing feature of Yearbooks.